In this video, I will be ranking every Brawl Stars update since 2020 from worst to best. I've counted 38 updates that I consider to be major since 2020, so we're going to be ranking all of them. I already have a ranking, so let's get straight into it. So in last place, I'm pretty sure everyone can agree about this, and it is the Records update from the summer of 2025. Now, just starting off, they removed Masteries, which I don't even know why they did that. Masteries were such an important feature in the game because of really improved progression. You could choose your progression, so just removing that removed a lot of progression for a lot of people. But then they also reworked the trophy road, and it punished the longtime players. And there wasn't really a whole lot else that was good. I mean, I do like Allie and Trunk, but there's still not enough to say that update. And honestly, there's nothing good about this update. 0 out of 10. Next up is the most recent Brawl Stars update that has come out, and that is Buffy's. Honestly, there isn't a whole lot that's better than Records. I mean, it is a new feature, but you also have to pay coins and power points to get it, which is just not good. It's randomized. And when they launched, it completely broke the game because all of them were insanely good, way too good. And it just makes this update not really worth talking about. I will say one thing that I like about this update was the new Brawl Pass. Yeah, yes, it's an increased price, but it does offer a lot more value. But other than that, this update is awful. I'll give it about a 1 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Buzz Lightyear from December of 2024. Kind of more into February of 2025. It's weird. This update, obviously, it added Buzz Lightyear. I hated Buzz Lightyear. We can all agree that Buzz Lightyear was way too broken. It had an entire apocalypse because everyone was using him. And in my opinion, the biggest mistake was making it so that everyone can get him for free. That was, in my opinion, the absolute biggest mistake because it just made it so that it made him way too accessible. You'd go into showdown games and everyone would be using Buzz Lightyear. It was not a good time, and I think this is really what caused the downfall of Brawl Stars that the game had in 2025. So 1.25 out of 10. Next up, we have got the box removal update from December of 2020. Now, it's weird because a lot of the box elements are back in the game, like brawler boxes, boom boxes, but at this time they said, we're going to remove boxes to give you more choice with rewards and no more random rewards. And that kind of contrasted their statement because ever since then, we've gotten so many different random rewards. We've gotten star drops, we've gotten chaos drops now, we have brawler boxes. So there's just a bunch of random rewards now when they said that they don't want that anymore. So this update has not really aged well. So this is also going to get a 1.25 out of 10. Next up, we have got the paid Brawl Pass that came out at the beginning of 2024. The biggest issue with this is that they made you have to pay real money for the Brawl Pass. Before, it was just gems that you could pay the Brawl Pass. So free-to-play players, if they saved up enough gems, they could get the Brawl Pass just by using the gems. But with this update, they made it so that you had to pay real money to get the Brawl Pass. Now, I will say there were some things that were good about the paid Brawl Pass. I do like how there was a lot more rewards. There's Brawl Pass Plus. I think that's pretty good, having another tier. And also, the new skins or whatever. But they also removed chromatics with this update, which I know a lot of people like chromatics. I kind of like them. My favorite brawler, Mandy, was a chromatic brawler. So, the fact that they removed them just was not really that good. So, I'm going to give this about a 1.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Ultra Legendary from April and May of 2025. The biggest issue with Ultra Legendary is that the pricing was absolutely ridiculous. $50 for one brawler. Insane. Now that we don't have Masteries anymore, it's going to be really hard for people to get Ultra Legendary brawlers. And I know that the 100th brawler is supposed to be Ultra Legendary, so the fact that they removed that was bad. I do think Kaze is one of the coolest brawlers in the game because she has 2 forms and whatever, but at the same time, the pricing was just outrageous, and I did not like this update. I will say I did like the Battle for Katana Kingdom, but that's really the only good thing about the update. Besides that, we also got Jae Young, who is another brawler that kind of has 2 ways, not 2 forms, but 2 ways of attacking. So That's fine, but overall, I'm going to give this update a 1.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Subway Surfers collab from September of 2025. This was the most disappointing update, I feel, because they promised an actual collab, but the collab that we got was just, in my opinion, it's kind of lazy. The fact that they only collab with another mobile game, they didn't really do a whole lot with like the systems. You know, we did have like that track with the different rewards and obviously Jake Ollie, etc. But then we also, the Subway Supers were just not very unique. Overall, this update was just not a very unique update that I feel people will remember. So again, I'm going to have to give this a 1.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Deep Sea Brawl from June of 2022. Now, the reason why I have this here is that there wasn't a whole lot out of this update. We did get Otis, which is a really unique brawler, and at the time he was pretty good. But we did also get a Penny rework, which honestly, this rework I wasn't really a huge fan of. We'd also get a bunch of new pins. We got the new seasonal game mode Hunters. But I will say that these updates were starting to get better. We did also get Power League and Club League rotation changes. And this was the time where in Power League, you could actually suggest a brawler to your teammate. But overall, not a whole lot. So I'm going to have to give this a 2 out of 10. Now we're going to start to get into better updates. Next up, we have got the Snowtell update from November of 2020. Now, the reason why I don't like this update as much is because this was when Lou was released, and Lou was insane. Lou's still very good. I don't like Lou much whatsoever. Now, besides that, we did get some changes to the map maker because the map that you made could not be published for everyone to play. But other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot out of this update, so I'll give this about a 2.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Brawladays update from 2020. And man, was this update just... I still remember this. Edgar was introduced. He was free for everyone, causing an Edgar apocalypse. There still is an Edgar apocalypse sometimes a day. There's obviously, he is now known as a Bad Random Brawler. He's been known as a Bad Random Brawler for 6 years now. I don't think anyone older than like 8 or 10 actually likes him. We did get Byron, pretty cool brawler, but I still remember Edgar. So this update, 3 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Brawlywood update from October of 2021. We got Lola, new chromatic brawler. She was a pretty unique brawler, I'd say, at the time of her release, especially with her gadgets. That was really the only major thing that we got in this update, though, so I'm going to give this about a 3.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Golden Arm Gang from April of 2021. So we got Belle, who was a chromatic brawler, a part of the Golden Arm Gang. We also got Squeak, pretty interesting brawler, pretty unique brawler at the time. And this was also when Knockout was introduced. So that's pretty important. So overall, I think we're starting to get more into the mid-tier updates. I'm going to give this about a 5 out of 10. Not too bad, but not the best either. Next up, we have got the Mega Pig, which obviously replaced Club League. It was a monthly event where you had to win matches, and at the end of this event, you would have to get the pig and get some rewards. The rewards were always divided by how many members you had in your club. There was a new format featuring random game modes, maps, and new modifiers. And you were able to get some of the Club League skins available just from the shop or from Ling. So overall, this update was fine. I did really like Club League though, so I think we're going to give this about a 5 out of 10. Okay, we are starting to get into better updates. So next up, we have got the new rank system from February of 2025. In my opinion, this is really the only update from 2025 apart from the Stranger Things that didn't have many drawbacks to it. Obviously, we got the new rank system, which is pretty good. Pro Pass, good source of progression and all that. We also got Finks and Lumi, which were pretty interesting brawlers. But that's really all we got. So overall, I'm going to give this update about a 6 out of 10 just because there wasn't a whole lot added to this update. Next up, we have got the Stunt Show update from April of 2022. We got 2 new brawlers, both a part of the same trio, being Janet and Bonnie. Janet was the chromatic brawler, and then we've also got Bonnie, who was Janet's little sister. Both of them were pretty good brawlers. We got new gadgets for Amber, Jackie, and Meg. And we got a Surge rework. And we also got the new seasonal game mode bot drop. So overall, there were some pretty good things added in this update, but not a whole lot. I still think this update is pretty good though, so I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Brawl Days for 2021. Overall, solid update. We got Grom, who was available through a challenge. We also got Fang, who is the chromatic brawler for January. I personally really like Fang. We got some pretty cool new skins. We got a lot of gifts. So overall, this Brawl Days was a lot better than the Brawl Days from 2020. So I'm going to give this about a 6.5 out of 10. Next up, we've got the Biodome update from March of 2022. We got Eve. She was very unique at the time because she was the first brawler that could hover over water. Now that's not really seem very unique because we have a lot of brawlers that can go over water now, but this was the first brawler that could do that. We also got Wipeout, which is obviously now pretty popular mode. We got Payload. So overall, this update wasn't really big, but I still think this is a pretty good update, so I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10 as well. Alright, now we're getting into some better updates. So next up, we have got Mapmaker from October of 2020. We got Mapmaker. First iteration of it. It was in beta at the time. It was available after reaching 1,000 trophies. You could create your own maps, and you could store a maximum of 5 maps. This was pretty good, and I mean, now Mapmaker is seen as one of the best additions. Obviously, we haven't gotten the rework yet, so I don't know why that's not happening, but overall, it's still a pretty good addition. We also got Amber, who was a pretty cool brawler at the time. That was really all we got. We got some pretty good brawler and stuff, but I think Mapmaker was really what made this update, so I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, we've got the ranked update from February of 2024. This was a absolutely stacked update. We got 2 new brawlers, Angela and Melody. Got a bunch of new hypercharges, new skins, a bunch of balance changes, but then we also got new changes to brawlers. We got new seasonal game modes, Trophy Escape, Hypercharge Unleashed. This was the first time we got Hypercharge Unleashed event. We got Basketball back, but then we had the brand new rank system that replaced Power League. You could only play with brawlers power 9 and above. From bronze to gold 3 matches would be a best of 1 format without the bans, but then diamond 1 and above continue to have the best of 3 with the pan format, just like the old power system. You needed to have 12 brawlers at power 9 in order to play in diamond lobbies. And players Diamond 1 and above would not be able to team up or match with players from Gold 3 or below. So it was a lot more locked. Now they lasted 1 month, and they coincided with the Brawl Pass seasons. All players would reset to Bronze 1 at the start of each new season, and all players would receive a rank boost that lasts until the previous season's rank. And there were also new quests that were only for rank. So overall, this update was pretty good. We also got new rank star drops, new battle card rank backgrounds. So overall, this update was pretty good. So I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. I think this update was pretty good. Next up, we've got the classic Brawl update from June of 2024. We got Clancy, who is insane at the time that he released. We also got Barry, who was another new brawler that came out and was pretty good as well. And he had the new trait where it would charge your super for both healing and damage. We got Frank's rework, who made him way better. We also got Meg's rework. And we got Chester's rework. We got a bunch of new hypercharges. But we also saw the return of Mega Boxes, which was insane. I know so many people were excited about that. Classic modes, Drumroll, and Mirror Match. Stellar Shelly was out, which was a basically reskin of Star Shelly. It's sort of like a OG Fortnite style thing. So overall, this update, I'm going to have to give an 8 out of 10. It was amazing. Next up, we have got the Enchanted Woods update from June of 2023. We got Cordelius, new chromatic brawler. We got Doug, a new mythic brawler, who at the time was not very good and he wasn't good for a while. Thankfully, he got a rework. But I think the most important thing about this update was the fact that we got star drops, which were really important at the time. You would get 3 star drops a day, and they would upgrade as you tap them. Rewards would include coins, power points, credits, bling, token doublers, brawlers, pins, sprays, profile icons, etc. And they unlocked the 50 trophies, so pretty early. So overall, star drops were a pretty good addition. They're not as good now, but they were really good at the time they released. So overall, I'm going to get this about an 8.2 out of 10. I know they're very specific. Alright, things are starting to get really good now. And I think this is going to be kind of hard at this point. But next up, we have got Star Park from September of 2020. You got new brawler, was my favorite brawler for a while, Colette, who was a ranging brawler because she dealt damage based on enemy health. But this was the start of the Star Park lore. Probably makes this one of the most influential updates that came out, because if it wasn't for this update, we wouldn't have as crazy lore that we have now. So overall, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot, but this is still pretty influential. I'm going to have to give this update an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we've got another really important update, but this might also be kind of controversial. I have it here, and that is Club League. Now, I think the reason why this is going to be controversial is because this was when Power Level 11 was introduced. I know for Supercell games, especially now what we've seen with Clash Royale, people do not like it when new levels are introduced, but this is really the only time that we've seen them actually release a new power level. But I think the reason why I select this update a lot is because we also got Club League, a new weekly competition for clubs. Every week, your club would be matched up with, against 7 other clubs, which compete over 3 days. You would receive 4 tickets, which are used to play matches and get club trophies. There was also a club shop where you could get things specifically from the Club League. And at the end, your club would rank. It's very similar to like Clan Wars, and I think that's what really makes this update really good. So I'm gonna have to give this update a 8.8 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Jurassic Splash update from June of 2021. We got Buzz, new chromatic brawler, and then we also got the first brawler challenge with Griff. He was through a challenge where you just had to play. It was sort of like a championship challenge in a way. We got some reworks. That was really all this update had, so I'm going to give this about an 8.8 out of 10. Now this is where things start to get good, because we have Sam and Gus next. So we got Sam, new chromatic brawler. We also got Gus, who was the last super rare brawler, which is kind of interesting to think about. We got a new season, the Robot Factory, we got new gadgets. But I think we also got the new weekend PvE mode, 8-Bits Last Stand. But the reason why this update is so good to me is because of Sam and Gus. I like both of them, so this is immediately going to get a 9 out of 10. Now things are about to get spicy. So next up, we have got Stranger Things from November of 2025. Stranger Things was one of the best collabs that Brawl Stars has done. I loved Upside Showdown. I loved the bosses. Honestly, I think that's really all that this update had that was crazy. So immediately this is going to get a 9.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got the Gears rework from October of 2022. We got Buster, who is a new brawler. That was the only new brawler that came out, but the biggest thing was the Gears rework. Gear tokens and strap have been removed. The amount of coins in boxes has been increased, but they removed all equipped gears for all players and reimbursed all scrap gear tokens, etc. Now they were purchased with coins from the Brawler Select screen once a brawler reaches power level 10. They had rarities, so there was super rare, epic, and mythic as well. And we got new gears, reload speed, supercharge, top to the hand for Jean, thick head for Tick. So overall, this update was pretty good. I liked the epic mythic gears, 9.5 out of 10. Next up, we've got one of the oldest updates on this list, and this is a really good update, and that was the update from May of 2020, because this was when the Brawl Pass got introduced. We also got start with the new chromatic brawlers. The first Brawl Pass season was Terra's Bazaar. We got a new brawler rarity chromatic, the first chromatic brawler being Gale. They were included in the Brawl Pass. You could actually buy them with gems instead of spending real money on them. And I think this update was one of the most influential updates ever, 9.6 out of 10. Next up, this one is going to be controversial because it does kind of seem like a mirror image from Buffy's, and that was hypercharges from September 2023. We got Pearl, new combative brawler. We got Chuck, who was insane in Heist. But the most important thing was that we got hypercharges. They were a new thing at power level 11 that made a brawler stronger for a short period of time. I think that's what the biggest thing is, that you actually have to get the hypercharge. And it requires strategy because you actually have to charge it up. It started off with Shelly, Colt, Spike, Bull, Jackie, and Pearl as the first hypercharges. Now every brawler has an hypercharge, so I think it's always good that we got something new in the game. So 9.7 out of 10. Next up, one of the most important updates in the history of this game, and that was the Power League update from March of 2021. We got the new Trophy Road Brawler Stew, but Power League was the big thing. You unlocked it from 4,500 trophies. Players can play any match as many as they want per day. Season length is 10 weeks. Match format was a best of 3. All the games in the match played are played on a single randomly selected mode and map. Both teams have a captain, so if you're solo, the player with the highest progression will be picked as the captain, but if you're playing in a team, the leader of the party will be the captain of the team. There was a ban and pick phase, which I think they should have kept this, and it was always masters. So yeah, I think this is way better than the new rank system. It was actually more challenging, so 9.8 out of. We only have a few updates left. This next update was honestly insane. That was the SpongeBob event that happened in September of 2024. We got an insane collab this time. I'm pretty sure everyone's had SpongeBob part of their childhood. We got a bunch of skins. There was exclusive SpongeBob power-ups, which weren't absolutely crazy broken like some other things were. They were tied to classes. There was the Krusty Krab, which honestly was really good. You could unlock SpongeBob El Primo for free through the club event. There's new game mode jellyfishing. We also got Mo, which is really interesting, and we got Kenji. But I think the biggest thing about this update was the SpongeBob event. So this is going to get a 9.85 out of 10. Next up, we've got another important event from 2024, and that was the Angel Demon event from November of 2024. The Angel Demon event was really some of the last parts of the comeback that Brawl Stars had in 2024. It was an insane event with insane drops. The Brawl Pass was insane that season. We got a bunch of cool skins, hypercharge skins especially. There was a bunch of new modes. This was a time where really everyone wanted to play with their friends, and I think this is some of the last enjoyment that a lot of people had with Brawl Stars, so this is going to get a 9.9 out of 10. Next up, this next update just kind of hurts to think about, and that was the Masteries update from February of 2023. Masteries at the time were absolutely amazing. They were able to let you get rewards based on brawlers. If you just wanted rewards, you could just play brawler and get those rewards. It was super easy. They gave so many good rewards, and it just makes me so sad that they were removed. So overall, I'm gonna have to give this update 9.9 out of 10. This update was amazing. Coming in at second place, the runner-up. This was another really influential update, and that was the Gadgets update from March of 2023. Gadgets were a unique feature that unlocked an ability for Brawler. You only had 3 chances to actually play them. And I think it's one of the most influential updates because everyone plays Gadgets now. This is such an important part of the game. So I'm going to give this another 9.9 out of 10. But coming in at number 1, in my opinion, the best update throughout the past 6 years, which was an update from 2024, and that was the Godzilla update from May of 2024. This Godzilla event, I don't think the game would have had its crazy resurgence without this event. We got the mutations, which were very unique. That some of them were absolutely crazy broken Rico buffs. Yeah. But this update was probably the most influential update I missed this time of Brawl Stars. And because of this is going to be the only Brawl Stars update that I have that is a 10 out of 10. I absolutely adore this update. So that's the end of the video. That was a lot of updates I had to rank. If you watched throughout the entire video, comment down below Godzilla was fire, and I will heart your comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.